Hello, I'm back. This is Totally Sunshine, and we're here. You'll hear my son in the background, that's why I say we. We're here to show you how to make your own baby food. My son is 8 months old, and I've been making his baby food from the very beginning. I just figured it was the best way to give him a healthy, hearty start to his life is by making sure that there's no preservatives, salt, all that extra stuff that they put in there once they strip everything out. So I guess we'll just go ahead and begin. First things first, you want to make sure that all of the utensils that you're using are sanitized. By sanitized, I mean, just wash them good. That's basically it. Your cutting board, your knife, your pots and pans. Also pre-wash your fruits and vegetables, anything that you're going to be using for your meal. Since my son is 8 months old, I've already gone through and did the 4-day test with everything that I'm going to be using today. So if your child has not eaten these fruits and vegetables yet, and you're not quite sure, basically the rule is just give that one fruit or one vegetable by itself with nothing else to your baby first, and make sure that there's no allergies or reactions to that food. And once you pass that 4-day mark, you're pretty much in the clear. Since he's already eaten all these things, what I'm going to do is I'm going to steam them in a batch. But if your baby has not eaten one of these, then it's best to go ahead and just steam it on its own and blend it on its own so that there's no contamination with any other fruits or vegetables, because then you won't know what he has an allergy to, or she. So we'll go ahead and begin. First, I have a sweet potato, and I've already pre-washed everything. So what you want to do is cut the ends off first and then cut it in the middle. And if you're using a very sharp knife, which this is, you want to be very careful not to cut yourself. And this is pretty tough to get through in the center, so just make sure you're very careful. And then cut it in half again. And since this is such a funny shape, I don't want to risk cutting myself. I'll just cut it in a smaller piece than what I usually do. Once you steam it, the skin will get very soft and you'll just peel it off very gently. So I already have one pre-cut in here. I'm just going to go ahead and place this inside. And since I already have plenty, I'm not going to add anything else to it, because it'll take even longer. So I'll go ahead, and I have my water in here also. So I'll go ahead and turn it on, and then I'll just let that steam for about 15-20 minutes, and we'll check it along the way. So we'll be back. While I'm letting this steam, I'll probably go ahead, wash all my things, and then go ahead and cut the other fruits and vegetables that I'm going to be using, just so that the next step will be a lot faster. So see you soon. Okay, we're back, and it's been about 20 minutes, and the sweet potatoes are pretty much done. When I poke my fork in, it goes in very easily. So what I'll do now is I'll clear off my cutting board. I'll go ahead and take one out and just show you. It's going to be very hot. So just be careful. Okay. And the skin, it just comes out so easily. You can take a butter knife and literally just peel the skin off. And you just throw it to the side. You just run this butter knife down and it just comes off. Just be careful, it is going to be extremely hot. Okay, and now you do this to all of them, and then when we come back, I will show you what you do after you put it in the blender. I'm going to go ahead and put all my apples, and also I have carrots, and I'm going to put them in, and while they're steaming, I'm going to go ahead and peel my sweet potatoes, so that way when I get ready to blend, I can go ahead and mix things in together. Now with the apples, I will tell you they do get very, very soft, so when you're taking them out, be careful that you don't burn yourself. And like I said before, my son has already had all of these, so that's why I'm batch cooking, because I know that he hasn't had any reactions to them, so it just is a lot easier. So now that I have these out, you can go ahead and let them cool. I like to just go ahead and get into it, getting the skin off. But you can just take a butter knife, you can use a fork, you know, to hold it in place if you like. And you just peel the skin off, and with a butter knife it just comes off so easy. And you just repeat each step for every little piece that you have. And then once you go ahead and peel it, you can just put it in smaller slices, so that it's easier to blend. And then, you know, I have my blender here, and you just put them in. And I'm actually going to mix some of my sweet potatoes with apples and with carrots, just so there's a variety when I'm making his meals. And so I'll wait for the rest of my food to get finished, and then when we come back, I'll go ahead and show you how to mix it in the blender, and then what it looks like when it's frozen, and how to store it. Okay, we're back, and I went ahead. Oh, by the way, this is my son London. Say hi. I'm holding him because he doesn't really like this part when I'm blending. It kind of scares him. So I went ahead and put my apples and sweet potatoes inside, and I'm just going to blend it out, and then when we come back, I'll show you how to store it, and that'll be that. Before I get started, I did forget to mention that you probably will need some water, and I just chose to use filtered water just to thin it out a little bit and make it easier to blend. And depending on the age of your baby, will depend on what texture you want your baby food to be. And if you are, if you're not sure what it should look like, you can always go to the grocery stores and look at the little baby foods in the jar that they have, and you can just kind of base it on the stage that they are, what yours should look like as far as consistency. I do have different containers because I did nurse, so you can use any container that you like. These are actually for breast milk, but I mean you can use them for baby food as well. It's from Medela, and it's just a 2.5 ounce container. You can use the one that comes with the baby bullet if you have one. I got these from Baby Depot, Burlington Co-Factory, and it's just these little tiny cubes, and you just put your food in there. So usually they say that the baby food in the freezer is good for about 30 days. And what I do is I usually just put just a piece of tape on top, and I write the date and also what's inside, so when you're making a whole bunch, you know exactly what it is and how old it is. And so that's pretty much it. This has been your tutorial on how to make your own baby food. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, and don't forget to rate and subscribe. Oh, you say bye to the people. Mwah. Mwah. You say bye. Bye everybody. Thanks for watching.